Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a book review. I'm reading all the books on the Booker Prize longlist this year, and this book has been longlisted. I didn't buy this, I got this from the publishers, so thank you Canongate. This is Night Boat to Tangier by Kevin Barry. I'm going to give you the plot of it and then I'm going to go into my thoughts and feelings. So the plot is there are two older men who have been criminals their whole lives, and one of the men, his daughter Dilly, has gone missing. His daughter is an adult and he doesn't have any kind of contact with her, and they are waiting in this port to see if she's going to come in or not, or see if anyone knows anything about her. And they're stopping people who look like hippies, because she's a bit of a hippie, to say, are you sure you haven't seen this girl? We really need her, like, to see her, make sure she's okay and everything. So they're just sitting in a port having conversations with each other and other people around them, trying to find Dilly. Then the next chapter will be a point in time in their past. So it'll be maybe when Dilly was born, or Cynthia, who's Dilly's mum, the relationship Cynthia had with the two men, or one of the men's dad it goes into. And then the next chapter, we're back at the port. They're interrogating people again. It's kind of reflections upon life. It's regrets that they've had throughout their lives because they made a lot of mistakes, had very chaotic lives. So it's about that, about how their like criminal past, how when you're young you think it's all going to go well and it's all fine, and then when things fall apart you don't expect them to fall apart. And that's the plot, that's the whole plot of it. Really, I would say it is just reflections upon a broken life and two men kind of regretting how their life took force. And now one of them, his daughter, he has no idea where his only child is, and he's just kind of looking back on his life and how badly his life fell apart and unravelled before his very eyes. And they've been very close friends for like, it seems like almost their whole lives kind of thing, and so they both know about each other's troubles and they know about what happened in each other's lives. So they're kind of, one of them will say something about like this thing that happened, and then the other one will say, oh yeah, I remember when that happened and you were like this and that. And it really is about their friendship as well within it. That is the plot of the book. I didn't like it, I didn't care for it. I thought it was really slow. I thought that it went off on so many different tangents that you couldn't really connect with the characters. And I don't have to love a main character to love a book, because I didn't like these main characters at all, but there has to be something interesting about it to kind of grip you and to want to know what's going to happen. Are they going to find Dilly? Are they not? I just felt like it wasn't going anywhere, and nothing was really resolved within it. It was just kind of snapshots into their past, but then just really like sporadic. So like one paragraph Cynthia's there, the next paragraph he's talking about his dad, and you're just like, what? Like, it was just going all over the place for me to really connect to it in any kind of way, and I didn't connect with it. Another thing, which is a personal thing to me, some people may think, Hannah, you prude, you vicar's wife, sit down. So much swearing. I said to my boyfriend Tom, I was like, there's so much swearing in this book, pick a page. So he went like this, and I was like, stop, and he just like stopped at random parts, and I was like, is there any swearing? He was like, yep, and then he kept doing it again and being like, yep, because there's swearing on almost every page, a lot of swearing, and there wasn't that much kind of dialogue between the two men, because it's very kind of stilted conversations, and then it goes into the flashbacks. And there's just so much swearing. Like, I wish I could count how many swear words are in this book. It just goes on and on and on. I just find that tiresome, that whole kind of laddish tiresomeness. And I think because I didn't like either of the main characters, I didn't feel any sympathy for them because they were the makers of their own misery. Then all this swearing, it was like, okay, I don't like the characters, the dialogue isn't interesting, the flashbacks into their life are too sporadic, I can't connect to them. There was nothing in it for me with the book. But I feel like other people could read this and really like that. If you're into kind of gangster films and anything to do with criminal gangsters telling their side of the story, you know, people buy those books and it's like, you know, I was the gangster of London, the big dog of Kingston or wherever, and it's a gangster writing the book about their lives and things that they've done, then this is the kind of book that you would probably like. But for me, it's just, I didn't connect to it in any kind of way. I was really slow. I really struggled to actually get through it. There was just nothing for me. Like, that's it. That's all I can say, is that this book just didn't appeal to me. I couldn't connect to it. When I went into it, I thought it was going to be really interesting because, you know, his daughter's missing, and I thought that'd be a really interesting storyline. I like mystery books. I quite like crime books as well. Thrillers, but it's definitely not a thriller. It's just, it was just not for me. That's it. That's my review. But someone else may like it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, to be perfectly honest with you. So that is it. That is the end of the video. Tell me if you are reading any of the Booker Prize books or your opinions on them, because some people are saying, oh, I'm reading the Booker Prize, and I'm like, what have you read? Tell me if you like agree with my opinions on the Booker Prize books that I've already reviewed on the channel, or if you're like, no, you're mad. The next book I'm reading is Lanny, because publishers have just sent that book to me, so that'll be the next Booker Prize review up on the channel, will be Lanny when I finish it. I've only just started it, so I don't have a lot of opinions on it. And that's it. I'm going to end the video here, and I will see you again soon for another video.